Hi guys and welcome on this video. I'm Anhelina Pychyk and I want to share my story of the day when everything changed. I'm Ukrainian and I have been living in Kyiv for 10 years. I love this city, its architecture, its culture, its people. I love everything. I think Kyiv the most beautiful city in the world. But someone, sadly, one day decided that this light must fade. Putin started destroying Ukraine, Ukrainians and Kyiv. I will never forget this morning when the unthinkable happened. I heard explosions outside, shaking the windows, the car's alarm starting to scream in the entire city. It was 5 a.m. and yet lights are starting to emerge from every window in every building, people awake confused by the situation. At this moment we didn't understand, nobody wanted to think about it, nobody wanted to believe it, but Ukraine was under attack. A specter that we thought gone since the World War II finally decided to rise again. The specter of brutality, the specter of war. I was terrified. The only thing I wanted to think about was to reach to my relatives living in a small village near Kyiv. I thought it would be safer, but it was a mistake. The village where I decided to go was only 20 minutes away from Bucha. Today is the anniversary of this barbary, and today I want to drive there again and show you the results of what we thought impossible in 21st century. Of course, at this moment, like the rest of the world, I think I didn't know what was waiting for all of us. It is normally 1 hour drive. That day it took me 5. It was panic traffic jams everywhere. Families in their cars, their loved ones, the few things they could carry with them. It was a difficult situation. I was terrified and confused. I drove and I couldn't stop watching news on YouTube. The President Zelensky declared mobilization. I'll never forget that day. I took only one backpack with a few sweaters in there. It was Tuesday and I was thinking I would stay with my relatives until Monday and then come home in Kyiv. But it was a mistake. My path led me through Irpin, Bucha, beautiful city near Kyiv, and that was the last time I saw the cities not destroyed. Beautiful houses and nature with forests and rivers, perfect place to raise your family. Driving past these houses, I couldn't imagine that the Russian troops would turn them into ruins. Kyiv and Irpin are connected through a long bridge across the forest and the river. This bridge that we used to take every day destroyed to cut the invaders' march. I remember this street. The one coming lane was completely blocked. Why is it blocked? Because a lot of people were staying in line for a gasoline station and cars were leaving the pedestrian zone. You see what was happened. And this mall was destroyed by Russian army and right now it's being restored. In Irpin, almost 300 civilians victims' bodies have been discovered. It was a cold, grey morning, March, Bucha. By nightfall, at least 9 men would walk to their deaths at Yablunska Street, a building complex that Russians turned into a headquarters and the nerve center of violence that would shock the world. What happened that day in Bucha was what Russian soldiers on intercepted phone conversations called zachystka, cleansing. The Russians hunted people on lists prepared by their intelligence services and went door to door to identify potential threats. Those who didn't pass this filtration, including volunteer fighters and civilians suspected of assisting Ukrainian troops, were tortured and executed. A lot of bodies were found behind this building. I'll show you now. All these people were shot here. Right here, in this place. All these people had their family, their life, their future, actually, but one day someone decided that they should be dead. This is terrible. This is terrible real life. When I finally reached my relatives' home, I didn't know that I set myself in deadly trap. We were surrounded by Russia troops. After a few days, electricity and internet were cut, and actually we had some problem with food. Of course, we bought some food, but we were 7. Can you imagine? 7 of us, plus 4 cats and 2 dogs. So food ran out quickly, and it was impossible to leave the house. Windows and doors shake constantly because the continuous impacts and explosions all around us. We hear the shells and rockets flying over our heads. In the village, the food finally ran out. Supermarkets were either closed and empty long time ago now. People are suffering from hunger, but also the lack of medicine. People with tuberculosis, diabetes, without any medicine to ease their pain. Only hope was to flee back to Kiev through the forest. But it was dangerous. Russians do not hesitate to shoot at anybody trying to leave, including children. Finally, we left the village 3 weeks later. A convoy of 50 cars were organized and we decided to take our chance. We left under the sight of the Russians. A week after the Russians occupier left the Kiev region, leaving a bloody memory behind them. Ukraine resisted, and then Russia decided to launch missiles to us, to Ukraine, to my beloved Kiev. But the light of Kiev glowed for more than 100,000 years, and it will continue even now. So I hope this video was interesting for you. It's quite personal experience and hard to share, to be honest. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't hesitate to leave some comment and tell me, please, what would you like to see next time on my channel. Please subscribe if it's not done yet. It was Anhelina, and until next time, take care.